just want to give a little update on the wax video. So I did that last Thursday. Today is Monday, and basically it went well. I would say, obviously after any type of waxing, there's irritation to the skin, which it was irritated. It was a little sensitive, but it wasn't terrible. It wasn't, I think, nothing more extreme than just your typical wax experience. So I did have a flare up over the weekend. It started on Friday. So Friday into Saturday, I was having like the kind of like the swelling, the itchiness, the irritation, hot feeling. It was through here, and then right up into here and right up here. This area and this area it just is always irritated. That's just that. I think this was the very first spot. And I kind of have like I don't know if you can see it right there. Kind of have like a permanent hive there. Yeah. And then over here, right in my hairline, that's always irritated. Basically always flaky. But yeah, at this point, it's calmed down quite a bit. I don't have, the redness as much. I don't have any makeup on right now. Well, mascara.
And eyebrows. I always have to have the eyebrows on.
So the waxing I think was okay. The flare up was going to happen either way, and that had more to do with I was trying to have a little bit of chocolate, like a little bit, and it didn't go well. And then I had a little bit of fragrance exposure, and that in itself will light up my face. But I think it was a little bit of the combination between having a little bit of that chocolate and then having the fragrance exposure. Unfortunately, that was to do with going to a visitation. We went there, I stepped into the room and basically had to head right back out. I had my mask on, and I had already forewarned my husband, just in case, I don't know, we'll see how this goes. If I feel like it's getting to me, then I'll just head out back to the car. And it was immediate. And it's understandable. It's a small space. It's a lot of people coming and going. Whatever the actual funeral home may have, had fragrance there, whether it's the carpeting or they use sprays, to kind of clean and filter things. I don't know. But it was enough to where I stepped in, looked around, looked at Sotra and said, I gotta head out. So I literally walked back out, and as I was walking to the car, my eyes started to itch. So I knew, okay, that was the best way to handle it. Not the best scenario by any means, but later that day was when I started to really get itchy. So because I have itchiness up here, through here, other areas that I did not touch with the wax, I do not believe that any of this flare-up was caused from waxing. It was just the eczema flare-up that I get from my allergies. So the condition of my skin is not too bad. It's a little, like I said, it's a little bit dry in this area. It got a little bit dry up through my eyelids. It wasn't too bad. It did get, I don't know why, like certain areas get more affected than others, but right in here, it gets really dry and scaly, and then obviously above my brows too. So that's my experience. The waxing, I don't know. I think as long as you don't have an active flare-up, or if you do have an active flare-up, maybe avoid those particular patches. But I kind of think, again, from my experience, it seemed to be okay. It didn't seem to cause enough stress or damage to my skin to where it felt like, all right, what's going on here? We gotta fix this. We gotta work on, whatever is happening here. So that was encouraging because, I know as a cosmetologist, as a hairstylist who had a very strong focus in aesthetics, I did a lot of waxing. You just have to be very mindful for what the skin is going through. And even supplements, medications, it all affects it. Topical treatments. If you're starting to use a Retin-A, There were times that either the client wasn't completely forthright with me that yes, they are taking, a new type of cream, or they got a medicated new product. I mean, there you'll see some skin come off, and that's scary. Don't do that to your esthetician. Don't do that to your hairstylist. That is scary. It will cause damage. Just be completely open and forthright if you've made any changes, if you have started taking any type of salicylic acid, hydroquinone, anything that is prescribed. But there's so many things out on the market now that have these additives in them that you can just pick up at Target or buy online. Super simple, and you may not think anything different of it, and you get in there and you've got nice little scar happening now because it took some skin off with the wax. It's horrific. Don't do it. Always be mindful of that. Hopefully, whoever is doing your wax is asking you these questions. Have you made any changes in the past? So that you can avoid those situations. So my rosy cheeks review on face waxing is that, again, it's all individual. I would not advise doing it if you have an active flare-up, or at least avoiding the area that you are having the flare-up. But seems like it's a pretty good possibility. Give it a little try. If you're concerned or nervous, ask that maybe they do a little patch first. Like if you're going in for a hair color or haircut, and then you would get waxed, somewhere at the end or something, do a little patch test first, get your hair done, and then come back to it. And if it's, looking good, maybe do a little bit more, or go all in and see what happens. Thank you.